How many years of your life have you wasted watching someone else's? Think about it. While you're scrolling through their success, they're building their future while you're comparing your life to theirs, they're improving their skills. Pattern why they have more. Time is quietly slipping away from you. Here's the truth that most people never accept. The moment you start measuring your life against someone else's, you stop living your own. Pattern the fastest ways to destroy confidence, motivation, and peace of mind. It convinces you that you're behind even when you're making progress. The habit of comparing yourself to other people is one of the biggest obstacles to personal growth and lasting happiness. It often begins without you even noticing. You see someone achieving success, buying a new home, starting a business, not promoted, or living what appears to be a perfect life, and suddenly you begin questioning your own progress. Instead of appreciating how far you have come, your attention shifts to what you think you are missing. Constant comparison creates unnecessary pressure, self-doubt, and frustration. It convinces you that you are falling behind even when you are making meaningful progress on your own journey. Patterns, the truth is that every person's path is different. People are raised in different environments, face different challenges, have different opportunities, and move at different speeds. Patterning your life to someone else's is unfair because you are measuring two completely different stories. You rarely see the years of hard work, failure, sacrifice, and persistence behind another person's success. What you compare yourself to is only the highlight reel, not the complete picture. When your attention is constantly focused on others, you lose sight of your own potential. Instead of improving your skills, building healthy habits, pattern toward your goals, you spend valuable time worrying about someone else's achievements. That energy could be invested in learning something new, becoming healthier, strengthening your mindset. Pattern one more step toward your dreams. Every minute spent comparing is a minute taken away from creating the future you truly want. Pattern successful people understand that their greatest competition is not another person, but the version of themselves from yesterday. They measure progress by asking whether they have become wiser, stronger, more disciplined, or capable than they were before. This mindset removes the pressure of trying to keep up with everyone else and replaces it with a commitment to continuous self-improvement. Small daily improvements may seem insignificant at first. Patterns, months, and years, they create remarkable transformation. Your value is not determined by another person's accomplishments, income, appearance, or popularity. Your worth comes from your character, your effort, your resilience, patterns to emotions, and your willingness to keep moving forward despite challenges. Every step you take toward becoming a better version of yourself is meaningful because it brings you closer to the life you are capable of creating. Stop comparing yourself to others. You free your mind from unnecessary distractions and direct all your energy toward building a future defined by your own purpose, growth, and determination. Patterns on personal growth every day means making a conscious decision to become a better version of yourself through consistent learning, self-discipline, and positive action. Not about making massive changes overnight or trying to achieve perfection. Instead, it is about taking small, meaningful steps that gradually improve your knowledge, skills, mindset, and character. Every day presents an opportunity to learn something new, develop a healthier habit, overcome a weakness, or strengthen a valuable quality. These small improvements may seem insignificant at first, but when repeated consistently, patterns remarkable changes over time. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to begin changing. They believe they need more time, more money, or better circumstances before they can grow. The reality is that personal growth begins with the choices you make today. Reading a few pages of a book, exercising for 30 minutes, practicing a new skill, managing your emotions, patterns from your mistakes are all examples of daily growth. These actions may not produce immediate results, but they lay the foundation for long-term success and confidence. Personal growth also requires honesty with yourself, recognizing your weaknesses without allowing them to define you. Instead of making excuses, you accept responsibility for your progress and focus on what you can control. Challenge becomes an opportunity to learn rather than a reason to quit. Every failure becomes valuable feedback, instead of a permanent defeat. Patterns to emotions. This mindset helps you build resilience and prepares you to face future obstacles with greater confidence and determination. Another important part of personal growth is developing positive habits. Success is rarely the result of one extraordinary effort. It is usually built through simple actions repeated consistently over months and years. Habits you practice every day shape your future more than your occasional moments of motivation. Choosing discipline over comfort, patience over frustration, and learning over distraction gradually transforms the way you think and live. Pattern continue to grow, your confidence begins to come from your own progress rather than from the opinions of others. You become less concerned with comparison because your attention is directed toward your own journey. Pattern becomes a chance to improve your abilities, strengthen your mindset, and move one step closer to your goals. The person you become is shaped by the decisions you make consistently, the lessons you choose to embrace, patterns, the discipline you practice when no one is watching, and the commitment you show to becoming better with every new day. Confidence is often misunderstood as something people are born with or something that appears after achieving success. Patterns, true confidence is built through action. It grows every time you take a step forward, despite fear, uncertainty, or self-doubt. Patterns, until you feel confident before taking action, can keep you trapped in the same place for years because confidence is not the starting point. It is the result of consistent effort. Every challenge you face, promise you keep to yourself, and every obstacle you overcome strengthens your belief in your own abilities. Action proves to your mind that you are capable. When you set a goal and follow through, even if the progress is small, pattern to trust yourself more. That trust becomes the foundation of real confidence. It is not about being fearless or believing you will never fail. It is about knowing that you can handle difficulties, learn from mistakes, keep moving forward regardless of the outcome. Each action you take sends a powerful message to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses and more determined than your fears. Pattern people lose confidence because they spend too much time thinking instead of doing. They overanalyze every decision, worry about what others might think, and wait for the perfect opportunity that never arrives. Meanwhile, addictions continue learning, improving, and growing. They understand that mistakes are not signs of weakness, but valuable lessons that help them become wiser and more capable. Every successful person has experienced failure, patterns to let it stop them from taking the next step. Building confidence also requires keeping the promises you make to yourself. If you decide to wake up early, exercise regularly, learn a new skill, or complete an important task, following through strengthens your self-respect. Every time you honor your commitments, you prove that your words have value. Over time, this consistency creates an unshakable belief that you can depend on yourself in difficult situations. Patterns, repeatedly breaking promises to yourself weakens self-confidence because it teaches your mind that your intentions cannot be trusted. Confidence is not created by praise, compliments, or the approval of others. Patterns may provide temporary encouragement, but lasting confidence comes from knowing you have earned it through discipline, persistence, and action. It grows with every workout completed, every difficult conversation faced, patterns practiced, and every goal pursued despite discomfort. The more you act, the more experience you gain, the more capable you become, patterns, and the more naturally confidence becomes a part of who you are through the daily decisions you choose to make consistently. Despite fear, uncertainty, temporary setbacks, protecting your focus and energy is one of the most important habits you can develop if you want to achieve meaningful success. Every day, countless distractions compete for your attention. Social media notifications, endless entertainment, negative conversations, unnecessary arguments, and the constant pressure to keep up with other people's lives can slowly drain your mental and emotional energy. When your attention is scattered in too many directions, it becomes difficult to make progress towards your own goals. Focus is like a powerful beam of light. When it is concentrated on one purpose, it creates momentum, clarity, and consistent results. When it is constantly divided, its potential can be wasted. Your energy is a valuable resource, and where you choose to invest it determines the quality of your life. Many people spend hours worrying about things they cannot control, other people's opinions, achievements, or expectations. This habit leaves little energy for improving themselves or building the future they truly desire. Instead of directing your thoughts toward comparison or criticism, add the same energy to develop new skills, strengthen healthy habits, and take meaningful action. Every moment spent working on your own growth brings you closer to becoming the person you want to be. Patterning your focus also means learning to say no. Not every opportunity deserves your attention, and not every invitation, conversation, or commitment aligns with your purpose. Successful people understand that every yes to something unimportant is often a no to something that truly matters. By setting clear priorities and establishing healthy boundaries, pattern more time and mental space for the work that produces lasting results. Discipline is not only about working hard, it is also about avoiding distractions that pull you away from your mission. Patterns to motions. Another important part of protecting your energy is choosing the influences you allow into your life. The people you spend time with, the information you consume, and the environment you create all shape your mindset. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage growth, inspire positive action, and challenge you to improve. Fill your mind with knowledge that strengthens your confidence instead of content that creates fear, doubt, patterns, comparison. A positive environment makes it easier to remain focused when obstacles appear. There will always be people who question your choices, criticize your progress, or try to distract you from your goals. You cannot control their words or actions, but you can control your response. Stay committed to your vision, guard your attention with discipline, and invest your time where it creates the greatest value. Pattern your focus and energy to become the driving force behind every step of your personal growth and lasting success. Committing to becoming your best self is one of the most powerful decisions you can make because it shifts your focus from temporary achievements to lifelong growth. Choosing to improve your character, mindset, habits, and abilities every single day, regardless of your current circumstances. This commitment is not about becoming perfect or never making mistakes. About recognizing that there is always room to learn, grow, and become stronger than you were yesterday. When you dedicate yourself to continuous improvement, stop waiting for success to happen by chance and begin creating it through intentional action. Many people define success by comparing themselves with others. They measure their worth based on someone else's income, appearance, career, patterns. This approach often leads to frustration because there will always be someone who seems to have more or achieve more. Patterns begins when you stop using other people's lives as a measuring stick and start evaluating your own progress. Ask yourself whether you are becoming more disciplined, more patient, more knowledgeable, patterns than you were a month ago. These are the comparisons that truly matter because they reflect your personal journey rather than someone else's. Becoming your best self requires consistency more than intensity. Patterns, you do not need to make dramatic changes overnight to transform your life. Small actions performed every day have the power to create extraordinary results over time. Reading a few pages of a meaningful book, practicing a skill, exercising regularly, managing your emotions, or completing an important task each day may not seem life-changing in the moment. However, these daily choices accumulate and shape the person you become. Progress is built one decision at a time. Every positive habit strengthens the foundation of your future. This commitment also means accepting responsibility for your life. Instead of blaming circumstances, other people, or past failures, patterns to focus on what you can control. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn. Every mistake becomes a lesson, and every setback becomes a chance to build resilience. Patterns. You understand that growth often happens outside your comfort zone, so you willingly embrace discomfort when it leads to improvement. Patterns to keep moving forward despite obstacles is what separates those who merely dream from those who create meaningful change. As you continue investing in yourself, confidence becomes stronger because it is built on real progress rather than temporary praise. You begin to trust your ability to overcome difficulties, adapt to change, and pursue bigger goals. Patterns The person you become is shaped by the choices you repeat every day, the habits you strengthen through discipline, the values you refuse to compromise, determination you show to keep growing, no matter how slow the progress may sometimes seem